Welcome everybody to another Wednesday night live. If you are on the Facebook group Intuitive Minds already know, welcome. Thanks for watching. If you are a member, if you're just tuning on here, if you're a YouTube subscriber, thank you for clicking on the video, because how I'm going to do this now, I now have 57 subscribers on YouTube, and I can do, hello Trudy, keep watching. I can do lives now on YouTube. So last Wednesday was my first ever YouTube live, and I didn't have, I kind of screwed it up, and I had it on private, so it was only for subscribers that got to see the actual live version. But then I posted it, and so far 157 people have watched the video. Oh, I gotta shut this. I'm gonna shut that. Sorry. So tonight we're on Facebook, and then I will post it to YouTube. So if you miss it, you can replay on, hello Sarah, you can replay it on Facebook for a month, because now Facebook is deleting videos that are recorded on Facebook or posted, whatever, only for a month. But I am I'm in the process of uploading all my videos that I've ever done on Facebook since I started. So I've got 4 years worth of videos to upload to YouTube. So I've been busy. So tonight's topic is about being human and trying to stay grounded in our human body. So I'm going to use some notes that I printed off, and I'm also going to be using my computer. Why not get savvy with AI, right? As I shuffle these a couple more times. How was everybody's full moon? I did okay up until Friday. I think that was a dust, because if that was an orb, it came in. Did you guys see it? It came in and then kind of like changed its mind and went like that. I donated plasma for the first time on Friday, and I thought I ate enough. No, I did not eat enough, and I did not drink enough water. So I got sick, and that's a weird feeling. That is a very out of control feeling. You feel like you're going to puke and pass out at the same time, which feels like you're about to die. And if you guys know, I've talked about it on here before, I had a past life regression where I was a witch, and they ripped out my veins and bound my wrists with them. So I did kind of get triggered when she stuck me for the first time. But I breathed through it, and I got through it. I don't know if I'll be doing a whole lot of plasma donating. I want to do it one more time, because the first time they don't use your first donation until you donate the second time. I do not know why, but I feel bad that if I don't go back, that first draw will just kind of be garbage. And I feel bad. I don't like doing that. I don't like throwing stuff away. Hello, Amanda. All right, so I have saged my area, Palo Santo'd my area. I have put all my shit on the back burner so I don't taint this reading tonight, but we're going to talk about being human and talk about being grounded. All right. And then we're going to, as always, we'll pull cards. And I want to show you guys my newest creations that I just uploaded to Etsy. I've been trying to make stuff so I can make some extra side hustle money this summer, all right? So the first thing we're going to do, we always do this, we're going to get centered. We're going to get rid of some shit and find our energy, all right? I use an essential oil roller ball just on my palms just to actually kind of get friction going. It's easier to kind of slide your hands back and forth, all right? So that's just what we're going to do. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Let it go. Oh, wow, my shoulders really dropped. Think about your intent. Think about how you want to feel during this reading tonight. Think about any of the questions. That is your intent. Think about any of the questions or decisions that you need help with lately. Maybe you need some insight. Maybe you need to let something go. Maybe you need to do some forgiveness. Asking for some guidance or knowledge or clarity. One more deep breath. Get them hands moving. We want some heat. All right. So what I've been doing more lately is we want to balance it out. So if we're going to ask for something, we want to be thankful for something. So whether you're going to give something up or ask for something, you need to be grateful for something. So let's start out with what we're grateful for. So put that in your energy field, this bubble. This is your energy. Play with it a little bit. If you've been watching me, you should be very well accustomed to this. If not, this is something that I'm doing pretty much every video. Oh, there it is. This is our energy. This is how I like to start out these videos. This is how I like to get center, be in the moment, get grounded. We're going to talk about tonight. This is one of the ways that you can ground yourself. It's a great way to stop yourself from overthinking, overanalyzing, kind of when you're having an anxiety attack or a panic attack. Find it. It might be out here. It might be up higher. Oh, that's different. That's got a different pulse. Yeah. Just put where it feels comfortable. Oh, like I can feel my arms were tingling when it was up here. And just play with it. Play with it. This is your energy. So if you want to get rid of something, put it in the ball. If you're grateful for something, put it in the ball. If you want to ask for some clarity or a decision or advice, direction, put it in the ball. Put it in the ball. Give it to God, because that's where it's going to go. We're going to give it back to the universe, and the universe is going to change it back into love and light and put it back into the universe. Hopefully it'll, like a boomerang, it'll come back to us in what we manifested. All right. Let's give it to God. All right. How's everybody doing? We're done with the full moon. My energy was intense. It started, like I said, I donated plasma. It started then, and it just, the waterworks just kept on and kept on. I'm feeling really grounded today. So, what should we begin? I think we should just pull a card right off the bat. And I'm going to pull a card from before I start reading from my papers. I do have papers over here, and I do have my computer over here, so if I'm ping-ponging, that's why I have shiny squirrels. Speaking of shiny squirrels, do you guys remember when Nigel couple years back before he passed away. I think it was like the year before he passed, he caught a squirrel. Well, we have another killer in the house. She got a squirrel yesterday morning. It was a big one, and she was pretty proud. So Lola's definitely coming out of her shell. She's finding her self-confidence, and I think Nigel is definitely helping her do that. So we're going to pull a card, and the question that I'm going to ask the deck, I have cleared my energy, and I have commanded my spirit guides in the universe to reveal clear and honest and concise and compassionate messages tonight. The question that I want to command, the answer to the question that I want to command is, give us some clarity and some direction on, the struggles with being a human, and just help us, give us some more clarity on how we can be better humans. All right? How do we be better humans? How do we navigate through all the stuff that this human body has to go through? Self-expression. I've never gotten this card before. It's blue. Blue is the color that is connected to the throat chakra, and how appropriate. Look at this bird's throat here. His throat and his breast is blue, and he's got his mouth open. The number is 32. 3 plus 2 is 5. Vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness. Okay. So I'm looking, I'm reading, I'm looking, I'm looking, and I'm listening, and I'm looking, and I'm listening. What do you want me to reveal with this card? Okay, speak your voice. Speak your voice so the world can hear it. Because what good does it do to speak your voice if nobody hears it? It's kind of like, does a tree make a noise when it falls down in the woods? Does it? How do you know if nobody's there really listening? Okay, so this just came forward. It's like, what are you saying? And careful to what you're listening to lately. There's a lot of shit on the social media and the news. And I like how like, can you see like the spiral? Because like time is not linear. History repeats itself. So like if you're here and this is, 2025, what are you experiencing in 2030? Are you repeating some things? How do you use your voice to express yourself? Do you sing? Do you talk? Do you tell jokes? Do you whistle? What is your style of self-expression? How do you sing your song? How do you sing your song? How do you shine your light? Ask yourself that now. Put it in the comments. How do you sing your song? I sing my song through these Facebook Lives because I believe that even if you watch it, me and a friend of mine, we were just talking about this. Hello, Thomas. We were just talking about this last Saturday about, he's like, because I don't watch your videos throughout. And I said, you don't need to watch my videos for the whole hour. Some people do, some people don't. but however many seconds or minutes that you're watching it for, maybe that's the only time that you need to watch that. So I sing my song through my voice, through social media, through the Facebook and the YouTube lives. Because if you only get just a blip of it, maybe that's all you need. Let's read from the book. Share your true self in full expression. Be who you are, say what you mean, love what you do, and celebrate your creations. In today's world of etiquette and sociably acceptable communication, it is common to close down our expression of self from a very young age, to limit how and what we say, how we move, how we create, and the very path we walk in life based on what we would have been told is appropriate. Conditioning. Before we know it, we have put a ceiling on our own visions, our own expression, and our own fulfillment of our potential. So like we are limiting our potential, or we're limiting how successful we can be. This card is a bright invitation to rekindle the connection and expression of your true voice in life, not because it's appropriate or acceptable or because you are worthy or qualified, but because of how good it feels to have your inner light moving through you into the world. This card encourages you to speak up and be heard. Have the courage to express your beliefs and values in your words and in your actions. Very important. Actions match the words. Have integrity and stand up for that which you believe in. Call upon the power of your heart and the strength of your will and allow your individuality to shine. Oh, I want to underline that. Call upon the power of your heart and the strength of your will and allow your individuality to shine. Find a perch and let the song of your individuality be heard across the land. It's time for you to shine. I like that. Well, that says it all right there, how to be a human. All right, so we're going to talk about grounding. Are you guys ready? So, what does grounding even mean? I'm going to probably ping back and forth because what I have over here is like the human side. And then what I have over here and a little bit of there is like the spiritual side and how we can use the human scientific form of grounding and look at how we can implement kind of that concept and the rules and how that follows the scientificness to spirituality. Okay? All right. So in electrical terms, grounded refers to the intentional connection of an electrical circuit or equipment to the earth or some other conductive body serving in the place of earth. The path of least resistance. The earth acts as a vast reservoir of electrical charge. Okay? A proper ground provides a low resistance pathway for access or faulty currents to flow safely away from equipment and people. A fault occurs, example given is a live wire touches the metal casing of an appliance. The ground wire provides an alternative route for the current. This prevents the metal casing from becoming dangerously energized. Grounding helps to dissipate static electricity. Ground also serves as a stable zero voltage reference point. Okay, so now that is the scientific. Being grounded in spirituality means you are finding the balance between what's real in reality and what is possible. As I was thinking about doing this live, I was looking at how I ground and why I ground. And I thought of a really easy way to explain why it's important to stay grounded is anytime you start to sway one way or the other, whether you're not doing something enough or you're doing too much of the other, or you have too much energy or you're not getting enough energy, all grounding is meeting in the middle, always coming to center, always being balanced, always bringing yourself to that neutral location, your neutral feeling in your body. You're not overstimulated, you're not understimulated, you're not hyper focused, you're not focused. You're right in the middle all the time. That's why being grounded for people with ADD is, they should practice it like every day, because we are either not focused or we're hyper focused. Me, hyper focused on something. All right. Not being in the present and thinking, when you're not in the present, you're either thinking about the past and you're analyzing what has happened, and you're in like, you're protecting yourself, you're in fight or flight so that bad stuff doesn't happen. And then you're not being in the moment and you're over here being super hyper protective because you don't want the bad stuff that you know has happened. You don't want that to happen again. So you're always in fight or flight and you're never in the moment. So you're never really feeling centered. You're never really feeling grounded. You're never really feeling relaxed. You're never really feeling focused. It's a balance of all our needs. So find out what your needs are and then find a balance, and how you can do that yourself. Remember that there's light and dark, there's good and bad, and there's calm and chaotic, and I guess calm would be more in the middle, but chaotic and like numbing would be the opposite of chaotic. So that's what grounding means. If you can remember grounding, it's a neutralized location. It's a neutralized center, feeling center in the body and in the mind. It's not about protection. It's about feeling stable and steady and safe in yourself no matter what. Comment on here if you're still watching, or if you're watching on, I don't know if you can comment yes when you're watching it on replay, I believe. If you're watching it on YouTube, please comment. When was the last time you truly felt present, not spiraling in the past or trying to fast forward to the future? I will give you when the last time I felt truly present, because this is hard for me. My multitasking abilities, because I'm like amazing at it, is being able to multitask. It's a curse and a blessing. So my husband and I went to a pool tournament, and I didn't want to play pool, but I wanted to like cheer him on and support him. And so I watched like every game. I watched pretty much every game that he shot. And I was really trying to use my intuition too, and I was doing it, so it was kind of like fun for me. And he won. And it felt really good for me to be able to connect with him and remember like shots that he did and how they were so close. And, like if that was, like we kind of talked about it afterwards, like what were you thinking, with that shot and like that shot. And so it was a good connection moment, because before I would have been like, yeah, you did good. But I, by half-ass watching. And so I literally watched every game, and I actually really enjoyed my time just sitting there watching everybody play pool. It was pretty cool. So comment on here, when was the last time you really truly felt present? All right, why is grounding so important? when we're not grounded, and especially for me coming from, I'm a super empath. So I was just thinking about this on my walk, and I was trying to get like the juices flowing for tonight's live and try to get more ideas in my head, trying to put them in my archive, my little basket. So when I'm talking on my lives, I can remember stuff that I had thought of. And so I had thought about, you know, I'm sensitive and I'm an empath and I'm on all the time. And it can be draining. I'm like 3 or 4 years into my journey and my talent ability, and so I understand now how that feels in my body, and I know when I'm turned on too much or not enough. And so I'm always getting hits, and I'm always like pinging. And so, but I have to remember that if I purposely am on all the time and I'm turning it on all the time, that I am going to get drained. And because I'm always on just a little bit, like it's a how it came up in my head the first time I was thinking of it is, I'm like that app that's running in the background. If you have apps on your phone and they're like running in the background so that you can keep it updated, like a fitness app or something that you don't want to have to refresh every time. So that's what like my intuition is on. It's on like it's on in the background. So if I have it on too much and I run into someone that their energy is just like, they're going either through some shit or they're living their life from the dark shadows of their world and they're not dealing with their shit, like I'm going to be able to like sense that, and I don't want to absorb that. And so I have to like cleanse my energy and ground myself every day. I have to. If I don't, I can feel it. It's kind of as simple as like you take a shower every day, and I cleanse my energy in the shower, and like you have to brush your teeth every day. What happens if you don't brush your teeth every day? What happens if you skip a day? They kind of feel a little fuzzy, don't they? And if you know, I only wash my hair once a week, and I know when it's time because it starts to feel weird. So that's how your body, and if you can do this more often and ground yourself, even if it's just a minute or two every day, the day that you don't, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that. There's another, I think that's a dust. I think that was a dust. You're going to feel that because you are self-aware and you've created a habit. So that's why creating a spiritual habit is good, because then if you don't, you can recognize, that's why I do what I do, because you're feeling it when you don't do it. All right. Why is it so important? Because we sleep better, we make better decisions, we have less mental fog, and we can hold our own energy instead of projecting or deflecting. All right. Some signs that you're not grounded. What do you think the first one for me is? I can start feeling anxiety. So that's when I have too much energy in my body. I can feel it in my solar plex. And that is where I have to somehow get it out. Whether I try walking every day. That is a lot of just basic grounding for me. And plus it's good for your body and your digestion. And it helps you get fresh air. It's good exercise for your body. You've got good blood flow. I also set a protection before I go into work every day. I thank the universe for something, and then I also ask for strength and courage and anything extra that I need help with that day. So anxiety is a one for me when I know, okay, like I haven't done something, I haven't found my joy lately, so I need to do that. So I try to, and then when I'm in my craft room, making things and putting my putting my love and my light in something so I can either sell it or give it away or just keep it for myself. That is how I ground myself. Spacey or foggy, snappy or reactive. That also goes with anxiety, because when I have anxiety, I know that I'm not going to feel good. I know that my mood is not going to be the best. Drain from just being around people. So pay attention when that starts to happen. Maybe your grounding is taking a nap, taking a bath, reading your book, just doing some me time, alone time. And then obsessed with trying to control everything. So yeah, even the most grounded is that obsessed with trying to control everything. And I try to stay grounded. That is one of the things that I am working on. That was my New Year's resolution this year, is to focus more on in the moment. All right. And now we're going to get to the fun part. How to get grounded. So before we do that, let's pull another card. And I think I'm going to pull, should we do the grounded card? Because I know it's in here. Let me count. So as I'm looking for this, I want you guys to comment on here what you guys do to stay grounded. And I'm going to look for the grounded card. So I said what I do. What do you guys do? And there are no wrong or right answers, because it's whatever works for you. You got to do what works for you. And this will probably be like, what, the very last card? Should I just try the, nope. I thought there was a grounded card in here. Yes, there is. It's number 34. We'll get there. I hope I get there. Here it is. Almost to the last card. Okay. So the grounded card is from my deck. I am promoting my deck. This is Words to Live By. It is $25. If you have a reading with me, it's $50. So you get the reading and the deck for $50. And some other little freebies. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Grounded. What do you guys see? Electricity, rain. She's protecting herself with the umbrella. It's her shield. So staying grounded. But she's also like under her canopy. She's protecting her canopy at this time. Hello, Becky. So when I look at this card, you know, we think of electricity and water that doesn't mix. But like around here, we use hydro. We have hydro plants that help produce electricity. So there's these like white lines in the image. It almost looks like, to me, like she's protected from whatever this is that's coming down upon her. You know, the storm, aka chaos, metaphorically, the storm. And she has her umbrella as her shield. And she feels protected underneath her umbrella. And we don't always need our umbrella. But if we bring it with us every day, so if we ground every day, when there is a storm, metaphorically, or chaos, we have it in our grasp. And we're protected, we're prepared. So stay grounded. That way your body and your nervous system is prepared to handle the chaos when it does come forward. Like that. Let's read from the book. And we're going to talk about how to get grounded. Like the earthworm, we are drawn to emerge out of the dirt when it rains. Did you ever notice that? How many worms there are after it rains, we notice the change in the vibrations when the rain hits the ground. This causes us to come out of our burrows. The earthworm finds it easier to travel across the surface when it is wet. As they need a moist environment to survive, watch a worm wiggle its way across the blacktop or sidewalk. Inside the worm are very unique muscles, and when they contract, the worm stretches and becomes longer and thinner. Essentially, they can move and stay still at the same time, being in that center. As humans, we need to practice grounding so that we feel safe and secure. By being grounded, we can wiggle and move the energies throughout our physical bodies. Being grounded helps us feel safe in our environments, safe in our bodies, safe in our emotions, and safe in our minds. What do you guys think about that? So even if you do not practice spirituality, find a way. It doesn't have to be a spiritual way, but find a way to get grounded. That's how we're going to talk about it. That's what we're going to talk about next. Turn off your phone. If you're not going to practice spirituality and you want to get grounded, the first thing I'm going to tell you is get off your phone. Find one time of the day where you turn it off and then you actually step away from it, because our phone is electricity and it's emitting all kinds of stuff that's going to fluctuate and affect our bodies and all the stuff that's going on as a human. And because of what's going on in the world lately, a lot of shifting, and the human body is evolving faster, and all kinds of weird, crazy, different stuff is happening to us humans. We're evolving faster and faster lately. And so we're experiencing all different kind of things. So why put all that extra static electricity into our bodies? Shut off the phone and step away from the phone, whether it's for, I would say, an hour every day, and not just by when you're sleeping, because we still have it by our bodies. Put the phone away. Turn it off and put the phone away for at least an hour. Go find something else to do. There's got to be something else you can do besides being on that stupid phone. Or the TV. Turn off the TV, turn off the phone, and just do the dishes without anything on. Just like talk to yourself out loud, or open up the window, or have a conversation with someone, but get away from the electronics. Let's see. Move. Dance, stretch, shake it out. Somatic therapy is one of the most beneficial ways to get stretching in, but also it's the type of stretches that the body is recognizing that we're doing. And so it's like stretching with intent. And what it does is it communicates with certain energies and memories and traumas and emotions that are stuck in the body. And what it does is it creates a way for them to escape. So if you've never had a somatic massage before or somatic therapy, I highly recommend you do that. It's great for releasing things that you know of. And if you don't know that you've got it and you just want to try it because you're feeling kind of funky or kind of off, try it. Try somatic therapy. You can just walk barefoot, even just taking off the shoes, because our shoes are that protection and we don't get that direct contact with the ground, hence the grounding from the ground. So as soon as there's grass and it's warm enough, I will be out there getting my grounding on. Breath work. I can't say this enough, how important the breath is. And there's scientific study that when we take those 3 deep breaths, it's actually activating something in our brain that says, okay, like we're going to communicate to the nervous system. We're going to be calm. We're going to communicate with our parasympathetic nervous system. And we're going to tell ourselves, it's okay. We don't need to be in fight or flight. we're safe. We can get through this. They say it takes like, what, 90 minutes to get through like an anxiety attack. If you ever have one, like, time yourself, or have someone else time you, because it's mind-boggling how longer an hour or that minute and a half feels like when you're having like this panic attack. Okay, so nature. Get out in nature. I said this before, I try to walk every day. And when I walk with my dog, I usually talk out loud like I would be if somebody was right next to me. And what that does is whatever I am struggling with that day or pissed off, I get it out and I'm not hurting anybody's feelings because I'm just putting it out there and I have the intent that this is not going anywhere. It goes into the ether and the universe is going to take it and it's going to cleanse it and it's going to put it back with love and light. I also like to just sit in nature because there's so much that is provided for us as signs and messages when we can just sit and watch and look and listen. That's what nature is for. That's what all that plants and animals and bugs are for. They are messengers for us. If we just take the time and appreciate why they're here, no matter how annoying bugs can be, but if we just appreciate why they're here and watch them, watch nature, watch animals and bugs and plants and trees, and you will learn so much. Even if you've never been intuitive, you're not practicing, just try it. Try it. Like, instead of people watch, nature watch. Sit in it quietly and talk to nature. Talk. Everything's connected. If you have a question, go out in nature and ask your question. I guarantee you will either feel, number one, you'll feel better because you're out in nature, you'll feel grounded, and you'll probably have a good chance that your question will be answered. Oh, this is a good one that I always forget. Eat grounding foods. Foods that are from the ground, like sweet potatoes, carrots, beets, earthy stuff that was from the earth, not just that grow on top, but like from the earth, like what do they call it? Tubular vegetables. Journaling or meditation, anything that puts you in the moment. So I'm a big stickler on journaling. You will hear me preach journaling until I die. And meditation, those things between the breathing and the being still and the calming your nervous system, they can help you focus on, like asking that question or just trying to calm your body. One of the things that I literally had to do when my anxiety was at the highest, because I would wake up with anxiety, is I would literally have to just sit in my chair for like 20 minutes and just really focus on how I wanted to feel. I focused on how I wanted to feel. And I just told my body and said it out loud, this is how I want to feel. This is how I want to feel. This is how I want to feel. We own this vessel, you guys. We own it. We have to protect it because of the things that we put it through every day. So why not appreciate it? And why not tell it to do what we want it to do? This is our body. If you have never deep dive, like The Power of the Mind, read, the Silva Mind Control. I read it once, I read it twice. After you read it the first time, you're supposed to go back and actually do the homework to it, but I just haven't. But what that book promotes is the power of the mind and how we can program our own mind to do things that we want our body to do, like lose weight or quit smoking or have better mobility, better flexibility, better sight, better sound. It's amazing. Get the book. Even if you don't do the homework in it, the book itself is just a huge eye-opener and it's got a lot of perspectives. Energy hygiene. So we talked about find stuff that works for you. Gratitude, surrender, and surroundless. So if you've watched me before, you know that I created this principle called surrender and surround. Basically, it's kind of what we do in the beginning with our energy. So what you're going to do is you're going to surrender something. You're going to give something up, but you're also going to have practice gratitude so that when we do ask for that, that we have actually kind of paid our dues. So it's like a reciprocation. So we can't just take. We also have to give. So I like to say not take, but like receive. Drum baths, or any kind of musical instrument, even just listening to music, or make your own sound, make your own vibration, because we're all connected to energy. What is this called? Oh, energy wipes. So this is not something that I do, but I can see how it would be helpful. So it's kind of like if you are feeling kind of angst, or you want to calm down, or you want to raise your vibration, we're just going to because this is our body, and touch is an amazing, even if by touching, the physical touch of ourselves on ourselves. That's what we're used to. We are used to touch for the most part. When we are babies and our mothers hold us, that is the first sensation besides the breath from another human being, is touch. So they say just by caressing yourself, like across your chest, across your lower back, it's great for even just if you have pain. Just stand up, and I call it like energy healing wipes, energy wipes. Just give yourself a nice wipe. Sometimes on your head, the back of your neck, down your face, down your throat. Just, it doesn't have to be seducing unless you want it to be the privacy of your own home. But just, doesn't that feel good? I can feel myself getting hotter because of the blood flow. Yeah. Now remember, so I learned this in talking to my massage. So if you want to let things go, then you wipe away. You wipe away from the body. So if you have extra energy, or unhelpful moods or thoughts, you want to massage away from the body, down the body. Now, if you want to receive something, then you go backwards. You go the other way. You want to bring it in you. So up your legs, isn't that interesting? So up your face. But if you want to get rid of it, if you want to give it away, then you go the opposite. Isn't that interesting? And your body, it will respond to the motion that you're doing. Drum baths, meditation, journal, sound therapy. If you've ever had, I've had the sound therapy. This gal, God, I can't remember her name now. I'll try to post it. I'll try to post her link. She does drums and bowls and chimes, and she's got all kinds of different instruments. And because we are all connected, and because we all are vibrational beings, the sound therapy just it bounces off of our own vibration, our own energy, and is very healing. You can cleanse with sound, smoke, water, or intention. Comment on here what you like to, what is your energy hygiene? Ask yourself, where am I right now? In my body, in my mind, or in my heart? Do that. What else did we talk about? Questions to sit with when you journal. I want you to journal or just think on these tonight or tomorrow. What pulls me out of my grounded state the most? When do I feel the most connected to my body and the earth? Hello, Kelly. What would it look like to ground before reacting? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so the homework is the next time you're triggered, stimulated, activated, pissed off, feeling a mixed of emotions, I want you to ask yourself that question. What would it look like to ground before reacting? What can I do besides getting all worked up on this question? What can I do about this person just said this to me? This just happened. What can I do instead of what I would normally do? That's how we break the cycle. Hello, Tasha. That's how we break the cycle. We are aware that we're doing something that's unhelpful. We ask ourselves, how am I feeling right now? Then we ask ourselves, how do I really want to feel? And then we ask ourselves, what can I do to get closer to the feeling that I want to feel? Okay, how am I feeling right now? How do I want to feel? What can I do to get closer to the feeling that I want to feel? Okay, now you practice that and you are on your way to an abundantly amount of self-love, because self-awareness is the first. Okay, we're going to pull a closing card here. Comment on here, free reading, if you guys want your name to go into a free reading. And on YouTube, if you're going to watch the replay on the uploaded video of YouTube. Okay, I'm going to pull a closing card from the Energy Oracle card deck. I want to shuffle one more time. What is the biggest takeaway? What can let's expand on what we talked about. Dealing with being human and staying grounded. The 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Gotten this card before. The card is 40. Oh, shoot. The number is 40. So, as you guys, I'm going to look up, because I have my computer right here, and I like to use chat. So, on Google, it's Gemini. Is it on Google? Or is chat Google? I don't know. Gemini is, I think, on Chrome. Chrome is Gemini. So I'm going to ask Gemini to tell us more. I'm going to teach you how to tell us more about Archangel Metatron. So stay with me. Stay with me, Metatron. I love using this besides the internet. It's so much faster. So Archangel Metatron holds a significant place in mystical traditions, particularly with Kabbalah. In some traditions, Metatron is believed to have once been the biblical prophet Enoch, who was taken up by God and transformed into an angel. He is often referred to as the angel of the presence, signifying his closeness to divine, hence the dot there. The Zohar, a central text of Kabbalah, describes Metatron as the king of the angels. His roles and functions. Metatron is seen as a mediator between God and humanity, channeling divine energy and guidance. Guardian of sacred knowledge. He is considered a guardian of heavenly secrets and assists with spiritual understanding. Overseeing of the Akashic records. Did not know that. Assists individuals on their spiritual paths, helping to raise their vibration and achieve spiritual awareness. Well, no wonder. Sacred geometry. Metatron is associated with sacred geometry. Metatron's cube. Well, there's no cube in this one. Which contains all geometric shapes and represents the fundamental. Okay. People often call upon Metatron for guidance, protection, and to gain clarity on their life purpose. All right. Okay. Well, that says quite a bit, because everything that we talked about was how to stay grounded. I like that. And so when we think about the ground, we think about the safety and security, which also represents the first chakra, and that's the root, which is red. But this card is representing like the total opposite, like it's above here. Okay, that makes sense. So as I said that, I asked, okay, like, tell me more. And they said, well, it's like a balance. So we have the chakras and we have the nadi on both sides of our bodies, and they kind of go like a little DNA spiral, and inside you can't see them, they're invisible. I mean, maybe if you have that ability, you can see them, but to me, they're invisible. And so when we can stay grounded and have that safe and security in our body, then we are able to connect with the divine. So that's what they're telling me. Like, you need to feel grounded and to feel safe, so that you feel safe when you're connecting with the divine. Does that make sense? So you need the balance. Grounding is balance. The very powerful Archangel Metatron brings brilliant indigo vibrations to your brow chakra, the third eye, which is the center devoted to insight and clear thought. When this card appears upright, it indicates a much greater clarity in the thought process and an expanded perspective toward broader horizons. Some new perceptions are taking hold, and the clouds of confusion are clearing. In some ways, this could be a new beginning. For you're on your way to developing a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. How to be a human. Now is the time to focus on your personal vision. What do you want your life to look like in the years ahead? What do you want to feel like? What do you want to feel? Create a clear picture of that and support it with daily helpful thoughts. The insight you need to create a vibrant life and the way you want to feel about it is available to you right now. I really like all those messages. Okay, real quick. Thank you all for joining this group. I think I have 550. I've been really asking for more people as friends, and then once they're friends, I invite them to the group. So if you are not a group member and you want to tell your friend, hey, I really like this chick, she's really real, raw, to the point, she's funny, she's quirky, look her up, go watch her. You have to, I think you can request to join the group, and then I can friend you, or you can friend me and then I'll invite you. So there's a couple different ways. Once we are friends, so try it a different way, or reach out to me on Facebook. Like if you want to join the group specifically, I think you have to be my friend, and then you can join the group. So if you want to join the group, send me a friend request, and I think that's the way it goes. Because it's private. All right? If it was public, I think you could just join. But because the group is private, I want to keep it private because I don't want a whole bunch of weirdos putting weird shit on it. You have to like friend me first, okay? So if you have a friend that wants to be in the group, they have to friend me first. Does that make sense? And then we have 57 on the YouTube channel, Intuitive Minds Already Know. So go there because I'm going to do lives every other week. All right. I will post them to Facebook if I do them on YouTube. If I do them on Facebook, I will also post them to YouTube. So either way, you're probably going to see the same content. It's just a matter of when you see it, when it's live, when you tune in, when you turn it on. It's going to be same content, just more places to watch it. Hello, Christina. All right, so I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I have been making, and they will be on Etsy. So, and one of the gals that was watching one of the videos on YouTube, she's like, I really like the magnets. So it was an older video, because like I said, I've been posting older videos from Facebook to YouTube, and so it was older video, and she's like, I like the magnets. And I'm like, oh shit, like I gotta make more magnets. So I have the magnets that have the positivity pledge on it. It just says, I shall no longer allow negative thoughts or feelings to drain me of my energy. By doing so, I send out positive vibes for all the wonderful things that will attract me in my life. So I have a couple of those. These are 5. These are 5. I've got one, like a pink one. This one says fresh out of Fox. This one says fuck this shit. This one says stay weird. I know it's backward to you guys, because I don't know if I can. I'm not sure how I can move that. I used to know. And then this one is ADHD, highway to, oh, look at that, a squirrel. So those are for sale. I'm going to be making some more of them, and I'm hoping to sell them in town at some kind of craft fair this. Now for Mother's Day is coming up. These are really cool. These, I believe, are $20. So it's a wood plaque, and this one is to one incredible woman, and it's pretty long. So go on Etsy. Etsy's page is Intuitive Minds Know. Here's this one. This one is This Is Your Life, Live It Loudly with Love. And then this one is A Smile is a Curve That Sets Everything Straight. So these are 20. Mother's Day is coming up. You need a quick Mother's Day gift. I have the Spirit Wish Jars for sale. And I have the Sage Kits. Now these are pretty much all the same, but they just say Just Breathe with a little bit of, there's that one and this one. So go to Etsy, Intuitive Minds Know, and you can shop there. If you're local, just reach out to me either through Etsy, and if you live locally, you do not have to pay for the shipping, because it is cheaper. I have the shipping included, but if you are local, I will take that shipping off there, and we can kind of work through that, and I'll give you a better discount for that, because I don't have to pay for shipping. You don't have to pay for shipping. All right. I don't know what topic next Wednesday is going to be. It all kind of depends on what I'm going through and what I want to talk about and what I'm inspired to talk about. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Tell your friends and come back next week.